Without further ado, let's see what he has to say.
Porn. I need it to be the least gay possible porn. But so in their mathematics, they think that trans
I think you said that
no
wrong.
trans porn is less gay in their opinion because the person with the penis also has boobs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
So they crunched the numbers on that.
Right.
So instead of like,
They're doing the calculus.
if you look at a woman, a traditional cis woman, she's got boobs and a vagina. So she's 100% not gay.
Okay.
Now,
Again,
if you look
to be
at,
clear, this is
Unless she's gay.
I'm analyzing.
You're analyzing
Right.
the logic of Rogan.
See, this is the strange thing. Instead of, sort of Joe Rogan, Andrew Tate, sort of just admitting who they are, as we are as human beings, they're just in this sort of denial, trying to fit this sort of ridiculous, stereotypical, traditional masculine ideal, which just does not exist in reality, because humans aren't like that. We can't help who we fall in love with or who we're attracted to. It's just not a matter of sort of choice. We've all been there in that sort of situation where we've been thunderstruck, or fallen in love with someone just at first sight, or that you meet someone and you get to know them and you start finding yourself attracted to them. You just can't help that. It's part of what being a human is. So to live up to this ridiculous masculine sort of aspect, this traditional male sort of ridiculous sort of stereotype, is just, you start to have a external conflict and an internal conflict of who you are. And then, there's no good that ever comes out of that. So it's kind of ironic that these, sort of masculine men, manly men, are doing these mental gymnastics to admit that they're actually attracted to trans women. The funny thing is that the LGBT Q community are actually being human. They're actually living with themselves. They're comfortable with themselves, and that's totally fine. That's how normal people are. And, you find in your life, if you start living to this ideal, you don't ever live up to an ideal. You never do. Not as a human. We're flawed. We're broken. We have emotions. We make mistakes. This is all part of the human condition. And these manosphere people are in a state of denial about who they are, or lost, or don't know who they are. But let's press on. Let's see what Mr. Klein has to say.
Okay.
Yeah, and so if you look at a trans woman, she has boobs, so that's not gay.
Right.
And but she has a penis, which is gay.
Right.
So instead of 50% gay, watching trans porn is actually 75% straight and 25% gay.
Okay.
So that's what Joe Rogan and
So in their view, just traditional heterosexual porn with a cis man and woman having sex, that's 50% gay?
It's gay,
That's
yes.
gay, bro.
50% gay.
See, what they're doing here really well is breaking it down and showing how ridiculous this stuff, these sort of manosphere red pill guys are. It's just ridiculous. Andrew Tate is the purveyor of this stupidity.
It's 50, and they're ashamed to watch that.
Okay.
It's 50-50.
Right. Well, there you go. Just said it himself.
It's so here is Andrew Tate.
Oh, you should give a trigger warning too, by the way.
What is he? Oh, he says the T.
There's some slurs in this. It's such a bizarre clip because he's kind of supporting trans rights, but like in the most misogynistic, insane way possible, while also dropping slurs left and right.
Yes. But it is interesting. It gives chaser energy, and
Well, that's what everybody's saying.
it is very interesting. It's like there is a phenomenon of these ultra masculine, alpha, sigma, whatever they see themselves, and these are the guys who spend all day in the gym. And they are admiring each other's physique. They're getting jacked for each other. We've established.
Yeah, this ridiculous sort of idea of, working out in a gym. And interestingly, it goes back to this sort of like ancient Greek aesthetic, this sort of like, I think they're trying to go back to, 5th century BC Athens. Or usually you see all the neo-Nazis talking about Sparta. But what they all fail to realize is that, in those ancient societies, they were all bisexual or, gay. So, those ancient societies never sort of labeled it. They didn't have words such as homosexual or gay or whatever, or a lesbian or bisexual. These are modern concepts and terms. So to them, it was just all sort of sex. So, yeah, but it's funny how these guys are sort of going back to that. I mean, interestingly enough, like a gymnasium, the ancient ancient Greek word for gymnasium is nude body or nude. So, because in the ancient gymnasiums, they would all work out nude. And, that doesn't give you sort of homoerotic vibes. Well, yeah, you can sort of see where this sort of hyper masculinity always sort of goes to this homoerotic sort of aesthetic, which is ironic because they hate the LGBTQ community, who are being honest about who they are, whereas these guys are living up to a ideal, and it's an ideal that is unattainable. So anyway, let's go on.
That women aren't really attracted to like big old muscle dudes. That's not a guy thing. And so I do think like deep down, a lot of these guys do want to fuck dudes. They're bisexual. They're bi-curious.
It's a spectrum.
Which is natural, right? Mm-hmm. It's just less acceptable for men to express that.
See what Olivia, I believe it is, said. She is hitting the nail on the head there with it being a spectrum. I mean, that goes back. That's sort of like with the Kinsey report, the sort of thesis which was done on human sexuality back in, I believe, in the 50s with Dr. Kinsey. And yeah, I think there's some sort of HBO or some sort of Netflix series about it. But yeah, and this was a real sort of study done on human sexuality over a number of years, and if not decades. But yeah, it was. It showed that human sexuality is on a spectrum. So there are people that are totally heterosexual, and then there's sort of a sliding scale of everything in between to right up to people who are the other end of the spectrum who are totally gay. And that seems to be what humans are. That checks out. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Curiosity.
Which he does say in this video as well.
He does say that. So surprisingly vulnerable.
Gender is a spectrum and fluid. He says it all. So it's like he's saying some good stuff and intermingling it with slurs and well, you'll see. I mean, there's one part in particular that really gets me about it.
So we're gonna analyze this, and it's very interesting. It is very interesting. But if you're sensitive to a slur for trans people, you guys know the word I'm referring to. He does say it. So heads up on that one. Here it is. Andrew Tate.
Ignore the construction. I'm rebuilding my mansion. We'll see when it's...
Shut up. Don't hear any construction. Your mansion sucks, by the way. If you have to rebuild it, shit sucks.
He
bro.
said nothing and it was too much.
Yeah, stop.
I have 2 words in.
Stop.
It's pausing.
It's done. We'll do an episode of Cribs. I had to get this area here. I bought my neighbor's house. I had to construct a specific area for the Bugatti.
Turn it up a little bit.
Anyway, the Bugatti. Dude, why button it at all?
The Bugatti. Yeah, fair enough. All part of, the Andrew Tate set of style of delivery. Got to say, he's got that delivery. He's he's a bit of a salesman.
At that point, I mean, the man buttoned it like a suit jacket.
Right.
That's not a suit jacket, dude. It's a fucking shirt. I mean, Zach, you're way more buttoned up than him. He's got one button, like on the belly button.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Anyway, that's all gonna be lit up and shit. Bugatti logos. Broke boy stuff. Listen, Gotti. I recently posted a question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And
Okay, so he's admitting, in a sense, that he's already admitting too much for his comfort. He doesn't realize. He's saying, there's transsexual women who are a 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think already for a lot of his fans would be too far. Like in their world, that doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
Yeah, to call someone a
Right.
10, you're establishing your...
He's preparing his audience for the fact that he's actually, likes trans women, which is normal. People are people.
attracted to that.
10 is like...
Absolutely.
10 is like...
The example he uses is Megan Fox.
Okay, so there you go.
Is a 10.
A lot of guys say she's a 10. And she's, Helen of Troy. Launched 1,000 ships.
I would launch
His house looks like a fucking Roblox house. Look in the back.
There you go. More ancient Greek references. Love the ancient bard Homer, not Homer Simpson, but the original Homer.
You're right.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, it makes
It looks
sense.
like cardboard.
He's like a man baby, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
everyone's sitting there clicking woman, because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question.
And what's interesting is, like, he won't let it go. He put the question on Twitter, and all of his hyper masculine, probably somewhat homophobic fans are like, woman.
And what we also, let's keep in mind that this video is 2021, summer of 2021, where he was known on the internet, but far from, like, 2022 was the year that it became a phenomenon.
Okay.
And a lot of his new fans. So you have to imagine it's a much more like niche audience that he's speaking.
Okay, yeah, sure. I that's true. But he won't let it go, because I think he has this desire, and he needs people to understand that he's not gay for feeling this way.
Right.
he needs the world to understand that. He goes, they think it's gay, but let me tell you why
Wrong.
they're not, why they're wrong,
Right.
and why it's okay to have sex with trans women.
Right.
And of course it is.
Right.
But I'm just trying to
No, that's
psychoanalyze
like there's so many layers to this, but yeah, I guess
it really is. It really is more layered than Shrek, who's the old.
Dan's not wrong. They're not wrong. It is really layered, and it's just this mental gymnastics to arrive at the point that I'm a human being, and yeah, I'm attracted to trans women.
To an onion, to unlayer. Okay. I just watched that for the first time in a while with Theodore.
Did he like it? The OG Shrek?
I don't know if he made it all the way through. It's hard to get him through a whole movie.
Okay.
It's a good movie though. I liked it a lot.
You're in my swamp.
I love that. That first.
You've always liked Shrek. You've always had an affinity for Shrek.
I love me some Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, back to this ogre.
Think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question.
You didn't know. It's not gay. You need to think about it more.
God,
riddle.
Trust me. Yeah, it's a riddle. We need to untangle this. It's not gay. I promise you.
so smart. I operate on so many levels.
I'm so smart. I figured out how I can have sex with a trans girl and it not be gay.
Exactly. That's what he's doing right now. He's coming up with the equations for his ultra masculinity to have sex with a trans woman and it not be gay.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the tranny. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
It's okay, bro. You can have sex with a trans person. It doesn't make you. I mean, the whole.
It just doesn't.
Let's not. The classification doesn't matter, bro. Just be your true, authentic self, my dude.
Which he goes on to say in a second.
Shut up.
Okay.
That's the girl. This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just click the girl, the number 1, did it? You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got a mustache and muscles and shit. It's all hairy.
Okay, so like, he's really and so invested in this analogy. It's like out of nowhere. I mean, this man is trying to justify. He really is trying to convince himself that deep down he's not gay. This is what's happening.
Big dude, 6'5". Pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy.
Yeah, I got to say, he's going deep into the weeds here about the whole sort of logistics and dynamics of being attracted to trans women.
There's Megan Fox. Okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit, and get your hand around her neck.
So what are you doing with
Wait. He just said the part that really brings us to a whole nother level.
Okay, let me go back.
Scoot it out the way. I'm still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit, and get your hand around her neck. Mess her up.
Okay.
So
What?
yeah, it's preferable to sleep with trans women because I can beat them up.
If they're 10.
Right.
Because if they
No,
would
but
be
it's like that's like he kind of like that's the rationale in his mind is like I can't beat up Hulk Hogan.
The predominant qualifier is that he can overpower them
Right.
and beat them up.
The way that he does with women, which
Hulk
we know
Hogan
is also the case.
with a pussy. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. You need to operate on a higher plane. Think about it.
Bro, how does he wear this shirt? It's so tight. Like his circulation has got to be getting cut off. Like that thing is just tight as could be.
His drip, his look and his sort of style does he does look like a sort of you know, European sort of bisexual man.
And so smart.
Okay.
Think about this. This is important. This is cultural. This affects the world we now live in. What is straight? What is gay? It's all a big sliding spectrum, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you're going to sit here and go, oh, no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick. I counter that argument. It's gay to bang.
There you go. He just sort of confirmed what I was saying. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan with a pussy. Which one is it?
Okay, well, it's like,
Delivering on that is so wild.
I mean, it's really progressive, frankly, what he's putting forward at the end there is like, guys.
Right, that's the thing, is it's like it's this bizarre interweaving of like a very like kind of open progressive mindset about sexuality, and also like it's being motivated by deep misogyny of like I need to be able to beat the shit out of whoever I'm sleeping with.
Well, I don't want to be gay.
It reminds me of like a religious person who's secretly gay. Like I'm getting those vibes. Like he's going to try to pray away the gayness or something.
And
It's a loophole, the gay loophole.
Right, yeah. It's like how you're still virgin if you only do anal.
Right.
Like
It's a loophole. It's a God loophole. Yeah, pretty interesting though. But I like the wokeness at the end. He's like, listen, it's all on the spectrum. Let's just love is love.
right, which he may
He
have
said love is love.
He may have sincerely thought at the time. I don't think he would say any of these things today. Like, I don't think, like, again, this was 2021 before he really like struck figurative gold, I guess literal gold with the audience that he found.
Then he had to get back in the closet, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think he would say the same today.
Hey, Zach, thank you for the 5 gifted, Jojo. Here actually is, so this may surprise you, but he actually built this in Roblox before he built it in real life.
That's smart.
You know, just to feel it out.
I do love how the H3 crew take, they take the piss. It is the funniest.
He liked the way it looked in the game, so he built it. There it is. Mm-hmm. So I guess congratulations to Andrew Tate for saying love is love.
It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
Okay, I mean, it's an interesting theory.
I'm so smart.
Okay, that was the good people at the H3 podcast spitting some facts on Andrew Tate. Okay, I hope you liked the video. If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe. I'm a new channel. So yeah, I'm just sort of throwing my voice out into the void. And if you like it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.